At the inception of Governor Ambode's administration, one of the goals of government as revealed in the inaugural speech was the institution of an all-inclusive policy that leaves no one behind in the developmental strides of the state. About 4 years down the line, so many lives and groups have been impacted through this initiative. Among the major beneficiaries of this policy are the people living with disabilities, PLWDs. In response to the challenges confronting this group, Governor Ambode's administration, through Lagos State Office of Disability Affairs, LASODA, an agency under the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, has been implementing a wide range of programs that strive to protect and defend their rights against all forms of discrimination while giving them equal opportunities.
For the first time in the history of Nigeria, we started the early intervention centers in which we got approval for 3. What is the role of the early intervention centers? It's for parents to detect children with mental disability at birth. So once we detect such, then parents can prepare to build their future so they can fit into society.
LASODA began with the registration of people living with disabilities in the state, an exercise that has helped to build data that government is using to plan and make policies that promote their welfare and well-being. One of the outcomes of the exercise is the issuance of disability certificates, blue badges and identification cards that give them access to various benefits such as free ride on BRT buses and exclusion from queues in public places. This was followed by organization of different programs that have kept their welfare on the front burner. These include Stakeholders Forum, through which governments engage people living with disabilities, their families and guardians, executives of disabled people organizations, and cross-section of civil societies in both public and private sectors, including security forces. These engagements allowed for discussion on welfare issues such as employment, access to facilities, movement on road, and others. There was hosting of annual Disability Expo to showcase and market their products, thus enabling a process that would make them economically independent. Government has been organizing talent hunts where they display their talents and skills, and winners were rewarded financially. The interaction and quiz competition between students of special and regular primary schools in the state also promotes social inclusion.
They are part and parcel of us. It can be your child, it can be my child. You need to make them comfortable as soon as possible. So, and mind you, it's not only people that can commit crimes. Even those who have disabilities can commit crimes. And for you to have rest of mind, you must carry that along.
Lagos State Government through LASODA has employed the platform of para sports competition to connect with people living with disabilities. This is because adapted sports help to build self-confidence, instill discipline, drive the spirit of competitiveness and comradeship. The government has also continuously identified with the special people by marking the annual International Day for People Living with Disabilities and the World Down Syndrome Day. These events are used to celebrate them, boost their morale, and give them a sense of belonging. On regular basis, sign language training and workshops are organized for personnel of different ministries, departments, and agencies to equip them with the skills to communicate with hearing impaired clients and facilitate government business. Provision of special car park spaces were kicked off within the present and old secretariat complexes to ensure easier access. This is to be replicated in all public and private places.
For the sign languages, those the deaf and dumb, they complained that they have difficulty interacting when they go to offices. We've been able to create documents that can be pasted on walls of public places. in which when any one of them goes there, they can easily point at whatever they want, even police stations, banks, schools, and other places too.
The dedication of the first anniversary of the administration to celebrating people living with disabilities was the first of its kind in the States. With the theme, Ability in Disability, the event showcased the various accomplishments of special people with a call for total support for them to make a huge difference not only in their lives but to the society.
I'll advise companies to please, they should try as much as possible employ people living with disability. Employ them, support them.
At the first anniversary celebration, 500 million Naira Lagos State Disability Trust Fund was launched by Governor Ambode. Managed by the Office and Board of LASODA, the fund, which has been accessed by people living with disabilities, has empowered them to set up their desired businesses or enterprises, leading to increased productivity and wealth creation.
It has reduced the number of beggars on our streets. The person that makes my own shoes, my slippers, is one of them, and it's doing it very well. We have the same thing for able-bodied people, for it to enhance their various businesses. And what's about those living with disability? How do you enhance their productivity? That's true the same way. Everybody voted for the government, not just only the able people, everybody voted for the government. And we're all Nigerians. So what is good for the goose is good for the gander. So in this case now, it's to uplift those with disability.
100,000 naira was good. So I need to do my business so for that I will. So with that, even house shirts have helped my family also with money. I was able to use it to improve my payments. Because I've learned that before having the money, collecting the money from LASODA, I was able to increase my supply. You understand? And also with the money to get more labels to my products. Thank God I'm not liability to my family. I appreciate the governor of Lagos State and LASODA. Thank you very much for your support, for your care, your love. Thank you very much.
In addition to the various empowerment programs, the administration's deep care is also demonstrated in the direct employment of 250 special people in the service. Out of this number, 100 were absorbed into the ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, while 150 were engaged for the local government and local council development areas.
I was employed on temporary staff during Governor Fashola at the Ministry of Women's Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. When Governor Ambode came in, there's an employment that was coming out, which is last month. We applied and we went for interview and all that. We passed the interview and everything. On the day of collecting the appointment letter, we were denied of appointment letters. So we had three of us that they were denying them. So we came to LASODA and we report the case to LASODA, and LASODA took it up. And when they report to Governor Ambode said they should go and employ us with immediate effect. Employment has been so great in my life that when I got this employment, I was living in a single room as a bachelor before, but through that I was being able to move to a room and parlor self-contained. I got married. I'm with my wife now. I have a daughter, and it has been great. I have been able to sustain my family, myself, even my kid and everybody, even my parents also through this employment. So I'm grateful to Governor Ambode for doing that for me.
When I get this job, my life changing totally, because before for someone to eat, even though to pay house rent, is very difficult. But when I get this job, my life totally changed. But that is why I appreciate Governor Ambode. He's a very good man to me. I believe with God, all things are possible. I believe one thing that by the time they finish this government, they'll give them a minister. That's my prayer for them.
It has changed my life a lot. It has really changed my life. Not only me, it has changed the life of my family as a whole. Because before, I depend a lot on people. People used to give me, now I don't depend any longer. Now I'm in a position of even giving people. I used to give people a lot. In my office, they know me. In my street, in my house, they know. I always give. That is it. And I always preach about the Lasoda to my fellow people.
He benefited me so much. In fact, he made me to able to take care of my family very well. Because where I was working before, it's not easy. But now, I was able to get the job, and the job has given me a lot of confidence.
I've been able to meet with my responsibilities, and secondly, I've not been redundant. I went to school. What I learned, at least I've been able to put it into practice while I also learn. So I think I've benefited.
On Wednesday, 9th August 2017, the administration of Governor Akiumi Ambode stepped up its support for special people with the distribution of cash gifts and various empowerment materials meant to give them a better life. On that day, 500 people living with disabilities were given 100,000 naira each. 10 associations received 500,000 naira each, and 6 clusters of people living with disabilities, comprising 20 people per cluster, benefited from entrepreneurial skills and financial assistance. Among items that were distributed include 500 white cane, 1 Index Express embosser with Duxbury Braille translation software, 10 accessible desktop computers with dual screen reader, 25 computer sets for people living with hearing impairments, 20 tactile metric sets, 100 tailor frame, 60 magic whiteboards, and 6 magnetic boards. Others include 300 regular and 50 special Rough Rider wheelchairs for people with spinal cord injury, 1 Hyundai 12-seater minibus for the Joint National Association of Persons Living with Disabilities, Lagos State Chapter, and another Hyundai 30-seater bus for Pacheli School for the Visually Impaired at Surulere, Lagos. The intervention was indeed a milestone in the determination of the administration to empower and enable people living with disabilities for greater productivity. The various policies and programs so far implemented have proved that the administration is indeed running an all-inclusive government. And without any doubt, Governor Akiumi Ambode's administration is fulfilling its promises to encourage and empower people living with disabilities to live their dreams.